also in Fords. Trying to work with him there. Oh, and McMurray goes around in front of the field.
Huge wreck.
Paul Menard is in it. Clint Bowyer is in it. Menard is hit by Casey Kane. His car is all torn up. And McMurray bounces off the wall, pulls away. There's Tony Stewart.
We're coming off turn 4 here, all bottled up, bunched up. All it takes is just a little bit of a tap from somebody from behind. See right there, it looked like Greg Biffle may have gotten into the back of the one car. Not sure. Jamie McMurray, that's in him around, and then it's on from there. He just starts taking out cars left and right.
Biffle got into McMurray, but did Joey Logano give Biffle a shove into McMurray?
There's our champ, Kevin Harvick. He got damaged. Danica come, look at her come through here. I don't think she ever makes any contact with anybody. No, she doesn't. She's clean.
Kyle Busch almost missed it. He got it in the left front. And Menard got hit about 4 times.
Whoa,
Stewart around.
Into Biffle.
Tony Stewart goes around. And caution waves yet again.
More cars.
Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle, a hard hit there. On. Let's have a look here. And Kyle Busch on the outside. Watch the 18.
Oh, looks like the 18 and the 14 made some contact. Looked like smoke kind of drifted up in front of Kyle Busch, and they made a little contact, and that turned to 14 right down the hill.
Jeff Gordon, another near miss. And Kurt Busch all torn up. Not sure he could even see the 16.
Yeah, and where he hit
off the wall here. Pow!
Where the 16, I guess 16 or 4, I don't know which one hit at the end of the wall. I think the 16 did. Right where that wall curves out just a little bit is right where he hit it.
Left side of your screen.
Darrell, did it look like the way that the 14 Tony Stewart went across the front of the 18, he just got loose right there?
It did, Larry. I'm not sure they made contact, but the air off of the 16 is what sucked the 14 around, and that is an incredibly hard hit. My gosh, I'm glad. Oh, and then here comes.
Yeah, neither could control their car, no. And I don't think either one could see.
And piled right in. But you know what? I'm so thankful that we got the safer barriers back.
Sideways, Dillon involved. Hornish, the yellow car, slamming into the wall. And we're back under caution. Jeb Burton, I believe, also involved. There's Hornish. 7 on the high side.
We're going to take a look at it now. Courtesy of our sprint vision screens here at the Daytona International Speedway. Looks like Jeff got.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't tell. And it all started. Jeb Burton and Sam Hornish got together, and Bowman was just a victim.
No. Yeah, well, he mentioned something about the 11. I think he said I didn't need going on the outside of the 11. I think you want to take a look at all that. He was actually a victim in this whole thing.
See right there, Jeb Burton gets into the right rear of Sam Hornish in that 9.
And then Jeb, it just causes Jeb's car to go to the right, and then it comes back hard left right into Sam. And that's what got Bowman.
Yeah, Alex Bowman has nothing to apologize for.
No, I don't think he made a mistake.
He was talking about what got him back there in that position, battling for that final transfer spot. We're going to ride with Sam Hornish.
Car just got into our right rear for some reason.
Right here, as we go off, that's in 1 and 2. Start off from the back straightaway over here. Let's see what happens.
4 wide. And Austin Dillon tips Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
And it's on.
Right in that spot where it didn't take much.
And as they kept wrecking and more cars kept coming into the crash scene, NASCAR had to throw the caution.
3 wide. Got help. Lot of help here. 2 wide. Straight in.
Look at him work that wheel.
On the 22, jumped to the outside to take advantage of it.
That's very reminiscent of what happened here.
Oh, around
trouble.
goes Hamlin.
Oh,
and right in front of Bowyer and into the wall hard goes McMurray and Jeff Gordon.
Not again. Jeff's car is destroyed.
It's 2 weeks in a row for Jeff Gordon being involved in a late race accident.
Hamlin up there against Carl Edwards.
It's a 4 car there. Harvick on the outside. 22 Logano up top. Come off the corner clean right here.
Whoa.
Hamlin just spins out. The car just came around with him.
Nowhere for Newman and 31 to go. You see Clint Bowyer in that 15 barely squeaking by.
Boy, but you see Jeff Gordon, he almost had that wreck cleared and he caught the front of McMurray's car there, and that turned Jeff down the hill. Well, look at Harvick. He's struggling right there, and then here comes Hamlin. He just spins out. No, watch this. Here comes Jeff Gordon coming. Bam. He almost
had it missed.
Almost had it made.
Jamie McMurray got him, and then he hits the inside wall as well.
Those are hard licks, man.
Everybody scatters.
With that happening that close to the front of the field, we're very lucky we didn't have more drivers involved.
Yes.
We had enough as it was.
You see Hamlin there.
I
Now,
think
Truex didn't cause it, but might that have taken the air off of Hamlin's spoiler?
Well, you know, the spoilers are 2 inches shorter this year than they were last year, but boy, Jeff hit that inside wall, and that's concrete where he hit it, right past the safer barrier. Jeff did hit that inside wall.
Snatches the lead. Here comes Earnhardt looking to Johnson's inside.
Look, I know it's a minor little thing.
Trouble, turn 4.
Holy
Caution is out. Caution is out. Big wreck at 4, like big wreck.
Greg Biffle was sideways and everybody ran into him.
Oh my gosh.
It's Ricky Stenhouse and Kyle Larson. Regan Smith.
Thinking it could have.
There's Bowyer. No, it's in front of him.
He had nothing to do with it.
Joe Nemechek and Biffle get together. 16 and the 34, and then everyone else piles in.
Just a big chain reaction.
Yep.
So that absolves Clint Bowyer of any blame. We're looking back
Big run.
as everybody rushes in.
Easy. Go to Murphy. Don't it down.
And Gilliland, oh, turn 1. Around goes Casey Mears, Paul Menard, and the 51 of Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier just now.
That was about a 9-car pileup, except 6 drove away. Dale Jr. was not one of them.
He's got bigger problems with shifter now. The whole nose is caved in. There's
a lot of people involved in the start of this one.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cars wadded up, and they just start accordion, and when they do, it just starts backing up until somebody spins somebody out, and then it's just bam into each other. Paul Menard's car, 88 car. Here comes Dale Jr. Bam, right into the back of the 27.
Keep coming.
I think the first contact was between David Reagan and Casey Mears. Turn 3.
What a melee that is. Cars over the curve up against the wall. Race cars everywhere. Yeah,
let's see what happens.
It's just too many cars. It's a cluster of cars going down in here all together.
Well, 46 gets tipped, and gets up and over the grass.
Yeah, he goes
back
up
on the
grass,
track.
comes out and into the 31 car of Newman. There sits the 42 right in the middle of the racetrack. Everybody coming at him, and nobody hits him.
Yeah, Smith had already spun when somebody jacked up the 46. Well, he got into the back of Danica. Not sure if he had any contact from behind. There's a little dent there, and there goes Kurt Busch. Let's ride with Trevor Bayne. He was right in the midst of it. There he is going by inside of.
Yeah, he gets off in the grass here, and
oh, that's why
he nails the back of the 46, drives him right back into the 31, across the curb. Holy shit!
Got a big run in that 19 off turn.
Whoa, no trouble!
Johnson in the wall after contact from Busch. Here they all come. Everybody on the brakes. Chris Buescher piles in the back of Danica Patrick. Alex Bowman goes around, and you see how quickly this speedway clogs up when things go wrong. Let's see how this happened.
Yeah, well, you got the 41 and 48 going down the back right here side by side. 41 just pushed up into the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, and the 41 goes around in front of the field, and watch these guys scatter. And other than Danica getting spun out, it was pretty much just a couple of cars getting spun out.
Let's ride with race leader Carl Edwards.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Yellow, yellow, yellow. They're wrecking behind you. 41 slip.
And with Clint Bowyer.
Keep coming. Keep going. Keep going. Get up, get up, get up.
So, what an incredible job by Clint Bowyer.
Back it out, back it down. We got a wreck up here. Back it down. Hey, stay up high. Just keep coming high. They're jamming in behind on the bottom. Go way high up on the wall. Way high up on the wall. All right, come on. Outside. Clear high behind them. All clear. Good job. Keep coming. Stay high. All right.
Casey has to hit pit road.
Whoa, Jimmy Johnson just turned Jeff Burton. They both go around. Turn one, Burton in the wall. Johnson spinning to the bottom. And Harvick spins into David Reagan. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Of all the things that could happen. Right down the front right here, and I think you might be right. It looks like, I think Jimmy was just trying to make a pass here. He got down underneath of him. And Jeb, yeah. I think Jimmy's a little frustrated with his car and that accident, and he wasn't running like he had been. He had a shot at winning this thing, got that taken away, and poor old Jeff Burton. By the way, has been in a lot of situations, precarious situations tonight.
Just
and look,
nowhere for Harvick to go. David Reagan sitting right in the middle of the racetrack.
There's the start of it. It carries down toward turn one. David Reagan all piled up, and I'm curious to see how Kevin Harvick, unable to get around as the others leaders did.
You know, I think he could have been in a blind spot right behind those cars in front of him. Let's see what he sees.
Back it down, back it down.
See, can't see, can't see, can't see.
Here, easy.
It's just interesting. I love this place. It's one of the things. Oh, gosh, the 42 just got in the back of the 40 right there going down the front straightaway.
And Landon Castle pounded the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
Head on and hard.
Larson wasn't sure which way the 40 was going to go, and he pounded and hit him. Off the corner here. Looks like Larson started to go the inside. He saw the 26 of Jeff Burton there. He started back to the outside, and the 40 was there, and he clipped him. See right here, he said, okay, I can't go that way. I got to go this way. And there was the 40, and he clipped him, and what an impact. Thank the Lord for safer barriers. Thank the Lord. Able to make it? Nope, not quite.
Kurt Busch shoots free of traffic. Tony Stewart gains 3 spots. Up the hill goes Edwards. He's in the fence.
Oh,
he's plowed into by Kurt Busch.
Are you kidding me?
Stenhouse gets turned around. Edwards is a mess.
Are you
And here they
kidding
come to
me?
the caution flag at lap 493.
On pretty hard, trying to clear Jeff Gordon. See what happens here. He gets loose, get a little loose getting in. He's trying to get up in front of Gordon. Can't quite make it. Tries to stay off of Gordon, and the car catches and shoots in the outside wall. And here comes Kurt running wide open.
Well, when Carl got loose, how close he came to getting Jeff Gordon's left rear.
27 and 51 spin to the inside. You're riding with Carl.
Still out there.
All right, from turn 1.
He's a little bit loose before he got to the corner. Looked like he was trying to turn the car down, and Gordon's on the outside of him, got him a little bit loose before he even got to the corner, and then Carl just couldn't hang on. The car shot up the hill, and here comes trouble.
Allgaier and Menard spin to the inside.
Two guys that have had great runs tonight.
Yep.
Kept their nose clean.
Which is where he started today.
You know, Jeff has
Trouble back straightaway, guys. Car around.
Trevor Bayne.
A number of cars
And
involved.
more. Logano is in it.
Crashing. Oh, man. Look at that.
Looked like half the field piled up on lap 47.
Bottom into the right, left rear turn.
This 27 car back here. Watch him. Got a heck of a run. Coming. Gosh, the 6 just started to turn all by itself. I mean,
But Darrell, do you think the 27 car being out there on the outside, it just pulled the back end of Trevor Bayne's 6 car around?
it had to, Larry, because the car was not in any, there was nobody around him except that 27 closing fast. The air off the 27 obviously affected the 6. See right here, he gets a big run, coming. You got to, I think that's Tony Stewart down below him. He's got cars on both sides of him.
And then Kurt Busch got into Bayne. And into the wall he went.
Wow.
And once Landon Castle gets sideways to the field, along with Kyle Larson and Greg Biffle, there's nowhere to go.
No, and these guys have all told me that these cars in certain situations are really, really loose and hard to hang on to. And with that 41 down looking under the knee, underneath of the 6, Danica got a shot.
A big pileup at Talladega will sort it all out for you when we come back.
The lap time of Jimmy Johnson, the leader, Martin Truex.
Whoa, trouble on the back straightaway. Bowyer got into the back of Denny Hamlin.
Around he
goes Hamlin.
Hamlin's
And
going
now
to
the
clean off
41
the
car's
banking.
in trouble going into turn 3.
Kurt Busch off the wall, and miraculously, all those onrushing cars at 160 miles an hour all missed Denny Hamlin.
I'm not sure why, but Clint Bowyer just ran into the back of Denny Hamlin and turned him. You see back here, Mike, the 15 right here. He gets up under the 11 car and just gets into him, and it sits Denny Hamlin sailing right here. He loses it. I thought he had it, but he got down on the inside and must have got dirt, trash on his tires, and back up in the track he went.
Miraculously, everybody missed him, but further down track, Kurt Busch spun up and into the wall.
Oh, boy. Cautions, breed.
You see Hamlin.
That's how Kurt Busch got involved in the 41.
Hamlin had to steer so hard to get away from that inside wall that it turned him around and into the outside.
Yes, sir.
Gosh. And everybody misses. There's the choke point of this track right there. Turn 2 under the bridge.
Ooh, man, the 41 car just barely hit the back of it, enough to turn him around and into the fence.
And said he wasn't given any room. There's Truex coming out of 7. Reagan off the course, kind of in the dirt, and hooks him.
Yeah. You know, there's in other sports there's unavoidable contact and there's avoidable contact. That's could have been a little give and take there on either guy's part. I'm not blaming either one of them, but that could have been avoided. Right there.
Darrell, you talked about him in the pre-race, the man that started this.
Larry nailed it. These drivers, a lot of them lose their mind at the end of the year.
Like right Reagan there. And Edwards, there they go into the wall hard. You were saying?
Yes. I said there will be another cost. Some of them will lose their mind, and in the process, they're probably going to lose their car.
You'll see Carl Edwards way on the outside, but by himself. Now he's got to fight for some room.
This is the same place that the 78 and the 55 had trouble. This time, though, the 19 of Carl Edwards bounced over those curbs and bounced into David Reagan.
That was a battle for 7th, or battle for 6th, actually.
And because of the odd impact and odd angle, they catch the Jersey barriers before the tire pack right there. Jamie.
Carl Edwards said, "I'm fine, guys. I'm just trying to start it." You saw he did.
Ability of danger. Take a look at what happens. The 42 of Kyle Larson completely sideways.
He gets down to the apron. You see the sparks where the track bar mount hits the ground. He saves it, but he comes up the track, has no choice but to connect with the 19, who then starts to spin. Brad Keselowski gets a face full of sparks. The 17 does go around, and now the track is blocked. Now these guys are trying to find a hole through, and the 2 gets woed up, and the 3 kind of gets woed up, but then you see Carl Edwards goes back up the track, and here comes Brian Scott with a full head of steam, makes big contact with the back of the 19.
Yeah, Brian Scott looked like he was going to be able to get through this clean. He was accelerating to try to get by the cars, but then up came Carl Edwards from the bottom of the track.
There's nothing you can do in that situation. You know, he just was coming at such a high rate of speed. Really nothing Brian Scott could have done.
His way into the garage as well. This is why.
We've seen this time and time again. The 20 tries to come down on the 5. I don't know if he actually makes contact with the 5 or just the air gets him loose. Man, and then it's just a mess, right? When you have trouble in front of that many cars, there's just nowhere to go. You see the 9 spinning, trying to avoid it. Once the smoke is that thick, there's just nowhere to go.
All these cars behind them right now, they're just trying to find somewhere to go, but there just never is. You just keep piling in. You're on the brakes. The guys behind you are running into you. You know, it's just a big. This is plate racing. This is what we talk about.
We've seen
Murray
this.
got together.
Yeah, we have. We've seen this time and time again. You see the splitter makes huge contact with the grass. The car starts to bounce. Luckily, it lands on all 4 and just continues to spin. But we've seen this. The 9 goes to make a move, looks for that inside line, wasn't clear of the 1, drives across his nose, ends up spinning through the grass.
Tore the splitter completely off when it grabbed the grass initially. And then once again, hit hard and up into the air. A wild ride for Sam Hornish Jr.
He's still driving it. Look at those hands. Still driving it.
Bottom of the track. Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
The 3 of Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the 4's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 50.5. Now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like a tour. That's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Oh, and around goes the 15. Clint Bowyer spinning through the short chute. Also caught up Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, so you get a roll if you can.
Jeff Gordon with a lot of damage. I don't think Clint Bowyer had any damage at all. I'm not sure he ever hit anything, but Jeff Gordon had a lot of contact. He's, I think his chances to win today are gone. See the 15 and the 4 side by side. The 15 got free, obviously got spun it out. Jeff Gordon trying to miss him. Just, ran out of steering wheel, just didn't have anywhere to go, ended up getting in the wall. But that's an example of the 15 of Bowyer being underneath Harvick, just losing the car. No side force because all the air is being pulled off of him. Jeff Gordon and Casey Kane trying to figure out where they're going. Jeff Gordon has to get in the brakes and ends up getting locked up. Dale Jr. just snuck by.
Looks like the 15 of Clint Bowyer may have got into the left rear quarter panel of the 4 of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, catch two cars side by side, they can't carry the speed through the corner, and then hopefully you can use your momentum.
Oh, we got one moving into we saw this on pit road early. Casey Kane hits the inside wall and knocks it down. Saw some guys' helmets that were sitting up there. So a problem with Casey Kane's car. Goes on to pit road and the caution's out.
You can see Casey's all by himself, gets loose. Same thing we saw with Jeff Burton the other day, almost in the same tread marks. Can't get the car all the way spun out. Now I'll be honest with you, he's long for the ride, trying to keep from hitting the inside wall, but there's just no stopping it at this point. Very scary.
And as you mentioned, 2 days in a row now, we have seen something similar to this. As I mentioned, some of the things that were sitting on pit road, Boris said.
See the 9 car on the restart, he just doesn't get going. I don't know if he misses shifts right there, misses shift. 20 had to slow up, everybody just had to check up. The guys behind him couldn't see and ran into the back of each other. Watch right here, watch the 1 car. 22, the 1 hits, the 27 hits the 1, and they all just pile into each other.
The 48 does a great job. Excuse me. That was, I think, the 40 of Lancaster does a great job avoiding the 5 with the hood crumpled up. Yeah, you see right here, Lancaster on the left side of your screen does a great job of not.
Al Larson.
Yeah, you see right there. He's on the bottom of the racetrack, but it just goes straight off the corner. Obviously a problem with the race car, perhaps a tire. There's nothing Kyle Larson can do at that point, though.
And one more time, Kevin Harvick caught. And a little contact there. The 55 goes around. David Reagan into the inside wall. Caution comes out again. 5. And the 48 there.
Yeah, the 48 came down running that line we've been talking about. The 55 was under him. He hit the 55, got the 55 low, and the 15 ran into him. So just kind of a chain reaction. But he got
protecting his position against the 55. The 15's underneath the 55. There's just really not enough real estate on the racetrack.
Let's ride along with Clint Bowyer.
Come on. Hit man. Outside. Yells out. Inside.
And the 2 of Brad Keselowski got into the 15.
Yeah, the 2 is to his left for a quarter panel. It just looked like Clint wasn't real.
Here we're going to see A.J. Allmendinger. Oh, looks like a little, well, goodness.
Ooh, little help for my friend.
Yeah. We just saw, and the 51's on pit road.
Right.
Menard was behind him, and into the wall he put him.
Those are the type of accidents you see later in the race. That's just frustration. There's really no good reason for that. You know, Paul Menard looks like he's looking underneath him. The 55 comes down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 27, I know he has momentum, Jeff, but he has pedals in the race car. You know, he chooses to get into the back of the 55, maybe not meaning to spin him out on the lead lap. Now he's back on sequence with the leaders, but it doesn't look like all the leaders are going to pit.
And how about the incident? The 95 hits the safety truck.
And when we talk about cars that handle good and will they handle in traffic, on the last restart, Kevin.
Oh, into the wall goes the 10. And 10 is hit as well as she was coming back down the track. Danica Patrick. Looked as though the 55 of David Reagan is running 22nd.
Danica on the outside of Newman.
And around she goes. Didn't look like there was contact there, but could have been earlier.
Yeah, I have to believe there was contact the way she turned around quickly. Here comes David Reagan, nowhere to go. He did nothing wrong.
Got in the corner deep.
Yeah.
In between the 31 and the 10, there was definitely contact. Whether the 31 came up or the 10 was coming down. That's what makes this corner so difficult, Jeff, because what's the line? You can't follow the dotted line. What's the natural line of the cars into the corner?
Yeah, Danica was expecting Ryan Newman to go all the way down to like the left, put the left sides closer to the yellow line. She was protecting that spot, trying to, arc in the corner, and, just Ryan.
Is the how quick it can happen.
One other thing, I mean, David Reagan trying to, take the lowest line down is out of situation. Take a look. He was running 16th.
See, he gets loose right
Sideways,
there.
yeah.
And ends up overcorrecting and hits the wall really hard. Hard impact. It's so hard as a driver when you have to turn the wheel back right. If you don't, you're going to spin out. But when you turn the wheel back right and the front tires catch, this is what happens. So you just got to not turn the wheel back to the right as hard. It's very difficult to do. We see really good race car drivers do this, and every tire is different. You know, the left side tires and right side tires are different. When you turn that wheel back to the right, the left side tires sometimes dig. This is a different tire than we ran last week at Charlotte. So every tire really lost his entire race car and able to 22 to catch him.
Here comes the 22. He's closed the gap all over the back bumper now as they've caught this slower traffic. And around goes the 20, sideways in front of the 22. Kansas slides. Caution comes out. The 22 was all over the back bumper of the 20 as they entered turn 1.
Apron, he knows the 22's coming up. He comes up to block him. A big block onto the 22, and the 22 drives in, catches him in the left rear quarter panel, spins the 20 out. Matt Kenseth with a great save to stay off the wall, but the damage to the points and the ultimate win has been done. The 20 will have to come get tires. His chance to win the day is over.
And Matt Kenseth had to do everything he could to block him. Just like I said, he's racing for his championship. If he doesn't block Joey Logano gets on the outside of him and gets around him. So you can't blame Matt Kenseth for trying to block.
Hang on right here, bud.
But with that, when you make that decision, and I agree, a must give the guy behind you the opportunity to make that decision. He gets into the 20. Right, wrong, that's racing. These two can disagree about it. They'll have to talk about it after. But as you mentioned, it all started with the 20's defensive moves, which were required in this must-win situation.
Spins his tires. Green flag back in the air. Around goes to 48.
Caution's out.
And the caution is out. That will now determine
Not their first attempt.
So look at Jimmy Johnson trying to push Paul Menard. Paul Menard trying to push the 2, Keselowski. Here we come to the restart zone on the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody's starting to bunch up. Everybody wants to push each other. The 78 ended up pushing the 48 so hard he pushes him around, gets him spun out.
And the 4 had already moved to the outside line because he couldn't get up to speed. Back into the UBC Sports restart zone. 220 feet. Green flag back in the air. The 4 not going. They wreck behind him. The green flag is out as they cross the start-finish line. Will they throw the caution? Trying to get back up to speed. Caution comes out. Now the question is, who was in front?
Stay in front of him.
Restart. The 4 checked up, tried to get up, caught the 6, and then a chain reaction behind him.
And the 4 car had a major engine issue, could not keep up. Everybody had to try to go around him. We talked about it before the restart started. He couldn't go to the back of the pack. He had to stay where he was. If he'd have gone to the back, he would not have transferred. He would not have done it. So him staying in the middle of the pack created a scenario that this all happened, but he had no choice.
You see right here at the 11, heavy contact into the 14, ending his day. Cycling the tires, you see here Sam Hornish Jr. trying to get down into turn 3. Looks like he's 3 wide, and the 98 gets forced down over the curb and really just comes up into the side of the 9 car. Nothing I think Sam Hornish could do.
As they checked up in front of him, Carl Edwards running 16th. Got into the back of A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, it's hard to see what you see right here, the 18. He just gets loose and comes up the track chasing. He doesn't mean to get into the 3. He's sliding up the racetrack out of control, and the chain reaction got called.
21 seconds to maybe low 21s, and the caution has come out now.
Yeah, the 10.
Danica Patrick around in turn 4.
Yeah, the pace had picked up, though, hadn't it, Rick? The lap time was getting quicker.
And a tough situation for Danica Patrick as she comes down, and the 38 stops right in front of her.
Yeah, Danica.
And now they're not going to stop. It's not over.
Danica's upset at Gilliland from early in the race when the 2 got together, and Danica tried to pay her back.
This is the 38 running the 10 all the way up the track, and then Danica into the wall. And now most recently,
it looks like a replay in opposite positions. The 10 gets behind the 38, runs the 38 up the racetrack.
chases the 38 up the racetrack, and then around she goes.
Now just Kurt. Still there.
Oh, around goes the 20.
Keep coming, shove through it.
Kenseth around, out in front of the field. The 41 has damage. Joey Logano clears him, but the 2, incredible damage on the 2 of Brad Keselowski as well.
Off slow, and the 22 got up the racetrack, the 2 got in the back of the 22, and they come off the corner, and the 20 and the 2 make contact. It's on from there.
Yeah, and the 41, it really has nowhere to go. They spin and catch the 41. He makes heavy contact with the inside wall.
It's coming off turn 2. There's the initial contact.
Look at the 41. It's a big hit. But, you know, this all started on the restart. They just didn't do as good of a job this time of making all the transitions work, and it got everybody checked up.
Outside 24, outside tight, right there in front of you. Keep coming.
And Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
What's going on down here?
I know we had talked about it after what we saw a couple weeks ago. I was the first to say I never expected that to
just took place.
And clearly the 22 is lapping the 20, and 20 obviously intentionally wrecked him. And like what happened the week before was more than 2 weeks before was more than it should have been, and just flat wrecked him.
Matt Kenseth already not having the day that he wanted to have. And the opportunity presented himself. Negative Martin Truex Jr. as points go.
You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. with that momentum off the top of the rail.
Oh, around goes the 22 of Logano. Logano around, bringing out the first caution. Logano running 4th, and a left rear tire is down.
Have a lot of work to do. You can see the left rear tire, it's blown out in turn 3. It's nothing he can do. All he tried to do was get the car slowed up to avoid hitting something any harder than he did. But just the tire itself coming apart did that much damage. He didn't hit anything, just the tire exploded. Let's listen.
Something's going on here. Get ready, guys. Flat tire, get ready. Spinning out. Caution is out.
And you hear how violent that tire is. And
see Ricky Stenhouse on the inside of it. They just make contact getting into turn 3. Heavy contact for both cars.
Hard into the outside wall for both drivers. And smoking down the backstretch. A wreck on the backstretch. The 88 is involved. The 15 as well.
This 88 was one of the teams.
Let's look back.
Yeah, the 88's really trying to push the issue on these new tires. He tries to get to the outside of Ty Dillon. You see the 15 come up, actually, and get into Ty Dillon. That causes the 15 to go around. He catches the 88 in the left rear quarter panel. Really, the first replay, I thought it was the 88 that pushed the 33, but looking at it a second time, that's not what happened. It looked like CLINT BOWYER got into the 33, got himself spun around, and caused the accident behind him.
Multiple cars involved, and this is the 4th caution already. 46 laps have been completed, and that was violent.
So Dale Jr., there's a 15.
Inside the
Ty Dillon.
Hey, say hi. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.